Condor 1 to Roost. Do you read me?
Condor 1? You've been radio silent for 3 hours. Are you alright?
Yeah, I'm fine. Won't let it happen again.
And the church?
I'm still looking for whatever key I need.
Copy that. I'm glad you're okay. Roost out.
If you've seen even one video that I've had even a passing touch on, you'll know that I'm a massive survival horror freak, so it should be no surprise that one of my most anticipated games at the moment is the Resident Evil 4 remake. And you can imagine my joy when I found out we'd be bringing you this new look at the remake of one of the cornerstones of gaming history. Let's get into it and discuss what we can glean from this new chunk of the Resident Evil 4 remake we've been able to get our hands on. First up, and it's been said before, but wow, this game is a visual feast. From the spooky fog to the crazy lighting. It might just be because last time I played this game was the Quest port, where you can see every low-res texture right up in your face. But the lighting, animations, and goopy monsters look incredible here. And there's loads of variety on how the enemies look, enhancing the feeling that these are just poor townsfolk beset upon by a nefarious cult. And speaking of enemies, combat looks impactful and fun. We get another look at the previously announced new stealth mechanics here, sneaking up on an angry creep before taking him out. I was a little worried they'd take out the more out there mechanics like deflecting projectiles with the knife, but if anything it looks like they've gone even further with them. Like here in the Krauser fight. And speaking of the Krauser fight, there's a line here referring to the Dark Side Chronicles.
You've forgotten what happened 2 years ago. Operation Javier?
I'm pretty sure that's not in the original. Could this be hinting at DLC adapting some of the plot from the original light gun games, or is this just a quick reference and I'm reaching? Look at this fight though. Whilst they haven't changed his design, the fight happens within the gameplay now, instead of being mostly a QTE. Looks like it'll be a real test of reflexes, and honestly, what a flex to stick a one-on-one duel in the middle of your zombie game. If you look at the boat segments here, it looks like they've expanded out where you can go on the boat and you've been given more places to explore along its path, where I'm sure you'll find plenty of treasures to sell to the merchant, who you can see in all his shady glory here. Though sadly he doesn't ask, what are you buying? And on the note of treasures, it looks like the treasure system from Resident Evil 2 and 3 remakes have been expanded. I'm not sure how big an impact this will have on the overall game, but it is something worth noting nonetheless. Whilst we're in the item case though, there's a couple of things to note in here. This weapon, the bolt thrower, I'm pretty sure that's a new weapon, perhaps a mix of the bowgun and mine thrower. This weapon, and the look of Leon from the back with the harness and gun on his back, really reminds me of the Evil Within, more so than the original does, which I suppose makes sense given the shared lineage. You can also customize the case with different looks and trinkets, and perhaps even changing the space available and how it works. I already love this adorable chicken charm. Good god though, look at how freaky they made Salazar look in this remake. He was just a creepy little baby boy before, and now he's like that. What Capcom had proved with the Resident Evil 2 remake is that it's extremely good at modernizing its horror, but that's very evident again here. From the queasy gore to the wonderfully oppressive darkness, the updated visuals and more subtle moments of tension help this version of Resident Evil 4 feel as scary now as the original did at the time. But the surprising part is how well Capcom is marrying that with Resi 4's goofier elements.
No food for you!
It would have been such an easy move to just strip out the roundhouse kicks, suplexes, and cheesy one-liners. Surely stuff like that can only puncture the spooky atmosphere, but Capcom recognized that to do so would have been to lose so much of the game's iconic personality. Instead, it's weaving together the scares with the silliness with a characteristically straight face, and it just works. Somehow picking up a note about a golden egg hunt doesn't at all diminish the horror of the tense creep through the dark wetlands that preceded it. And those splashes of absurdity just make Leon and the world all the more endearing, as they always have. That's real faithfulness in an adaptation. Clearly Capcom isn't afraid to make some changes along the way, but if they're staying as true as it looks to how Resident Evil 4 felt, then this remake is ready to resonate in the right ways. I just can't wait. Do you have any thoughts on the Resident Evil 4 remake? Are you excited for it? Tell me down below in the comments. And if you liked this video, whilst you're down there, be sure to click the like button and subscribe to the PC Gamer channel for more content just like this.